This morning I'm going to drive to work, which is in Fenton, so join me on this journey. I'm currently driving along Ravenscliffe Road in KIDSGROVE, and it's a cloudy morning, just coming daybreak, and it's 7:43 a.m. So the building in front of me is the old police station, which now is a house, and they've turned them into flats. We're approaching the lights at Liverpool Road, and I'm going to turn right up KIDSGROVE Bank. It's not a bad morning this morning, temperature wise. It's 8 degrees. We've got Aldi, and we've got some seagulls flying in front of us there. We are just approaching the Crown and Thistle pub on the right hand side as we head up KIDSGROVE Bank. Just in front of us here now we've got a speed trap, a fixed camera. The speed limit is 30 miles an hour up here, so we're just being careful there that we don't exceed the speed limit and get caught. KIDSGROVE Bank, quite steep. On snowy days it does get very difficult to get up this particular bank. You do get regularly stuck, or you can't get up at all. If we do get any days like that, I will bring that to you. We'll come here, have a look and see what's going on. So we're approaching the top of KIDSGROVE Bank now, and we've got houses on the left hand side, and as we get to the top of KIDSGROVE Bank we'll come into Golden Hill, and as you can see here, there is the Golden Hill sign. Traffic at the moment is quite light. I'm quite surprised. Normally at this time in the morning it's very, very busy. This particular stretch of road in Golden Hill is called KIDSGROVE Road, and just past this van parked on the left here, the road will turn into High Street. We are just approaching now the small shop area of Golden Hill. We've got a hairdresser's, a Turkish Delight, a green chili, tattoo, a beauty salon, a chip shop, and a late shop with a post office in it. We've got a mini market and another mini market on the corner. We're just slowing up because somebody is crossing the road at the crossing there by the church. And as we come and head down the bank here on the right hand side, I don't know whether you can see by the church, but we've got Vets for Pets. Now we are leaving Golden Hill and we're coming into Sandyford. There's the Sandyford sign, and we're dropping down the bank here towards the main roundabout, which is a very, very busy roundabout. And we've got McDonald's on the left here. As I have said to you on previous videos, that McDonald's does get very busy and traffic does queue into the road, and it does cause absolute chaos. Sandyford convenience store, and we've got a big factory on the right. Now as we approach this roundabout we're going to go right, but you will see directly in front of you there is a new petrol station, a BP garage with Greggs in there. It hasn't actually opened, that hasn't yet, but they are in final stages of getting it ready, and it does look like this morning that they are putting stock in there, and I do know it is due to open at some point in February this month. So we've turned right at the roundabout, and I'm now heading down Reginald Mitchell Way. At the moment we're not doing too bad. For some reason in the morning at Reginald Mitchell Way. Traffic is very, very heavy. It's probably due with something that the road at the bottom here is actually closed. But I have made it down the first part quite good. But as you can see now in front of me, we're hitting a lot of traffic. So what I might do here is just be quiet for a minute, and then I can edit the video, because you don't want to be stuck in all this traffic. So I will go quiet here now for a minute or two, and then we can edit the video, and when I get down the bottom I'll start talking to you again. So I'm back with you again now, and believe it or not, that quite small journey, I think it's probably 0.1 of a mile, has taken me nearly 15 minutes to complete. Traffic was absolutely horrendous down there, and as I say, most mornings when I do head this way I do have to have this same problem. And as you can see round this roundabout where we're going to go straight on, the traffic is very, very heavy. Nobody wants to let you in lane, so you have to force your way in. Everybody want to come round you. They haven't got a minute live, like this red car in front of me has just done. We are about, I'd say from KIDSGROVE now, it's taken me just over 20 minutes, and that is probably approximately 3.5 miles. So traffic in the morning when I'm driving work generally is chaos, and the journey does take a while. So we're now on the A527. We have got some industrial units off to the right, and one there which is to let, so it is empty at the moment. As I drive down this road, the A527, we will come here to a bridge, and I'm pretty sure that bridge, I'm trying to think what's under there, it could be the railway line or the canal, no, the canal, sorry, on that one. And the railway line we are coming up to just here now, where this blue bridge is. So we've got there the railway line where the trains come. We're nearly at the end of the A527, and when I do get to the end we will be taking the second left, and as we take the second left, which you'll see in a minute, that will take me on to the A500. And I wonder what the traffic on the A500 is going to be like this morning. Funny road that is. It either is a complete gridlock, which it is on numerous occasions in the morning, or it will be flowing, which it looks like it is at the moment. So that's good news. We can carry on with the journey. So I'm just coming down the slip road, and I'm indicating now to get onto the A500. Probably going to be on the A500 now for about 4 to 5 miles, and we're going to come off at the A50, the Sidaway roundabout. We're just approaching now the Tunstall Burslem turn. That's half a mile away, and as I said, just traffic at the moment is moving quite well. We're doing 45 miles an hour. That's very unusual. Generally on this stretch you're bumper to bumper and you stop start and it is gridlocked. So this is the turning for Tunstall or Woolstanton or Burslem. Speed limit's 50 miles an hour. We're going to go straight on here, and the next junction will be the Woolstanton Retail Park, which is just probably about half a mile up the road here. We've just passed the Tunstall Junction, and in a second we're going to approach the on-ramp from the Tunstall Junction, where all the traffic from that particular junction does merge onto the A500. And again, on that slip road, there's only one car coming down, so quite quiet. So the junction now we're approaching, that it's showing the signs for here, is the Woolstanton Retail Park, but they have just made a road there which cuts you through to Festival Park. So if you're going Festival Park, normally you would have to go to the next junction, but you can come off there and you'd be amazed how quick you get to Festival Park up the new road. And on the new road, have a wander through there. We have got a fantastic statue of the Spitfire flying, so it does look very, very good, and that's on one of the major roundabouts on that new link road. So as we carry on now down the A500, we are just approaching the next junction, and that particular junction will take you into Hanley, and that was the old way you would normally have gone to Festival Park before the road I was just telling you, which is behind me, was made. Also at this roundabout you can come off, and if you go to the right it does take you into the Basford area and then on to Newcastle. So you can either go city centre, Basford or Newcastle by coming off here. They always used to call this the MFI roundabout, because years ago there was a very, very famous retail shop there called MFI, and they all sold things like household appliances, bedroom furniture, beds, kitchens, all that type of thing, but that did close down. So on the left, if you can see, we've got a derelict factory, and somebody's put love on there, wrote it on with graffiti. The speed limit here now is still 50 miles an hour, and we do here have fixed cameras which monitor your average speed. There's a yellow one, in fact, there just on the left hand side. So what that does, it takes a photograph of you here, and then it takes a photograph of you at the next camera point, which is probably just down the road here, and then they calculate the distance and how fast you've got that distance, and then they can tell if you're speeding. So this part of the road you do have to be very careful, and it is a very hot area for getting speeding fines, so if you're coming down the A500, do be careful. So we're just approaching now the city centre turn off, which would take you into either Stoke, or you can carry on a little bit and it'll take you into the Fenton area. If I come off where we are now, I'm very, very close to Stoke railway station, and you can see in front of us a building with two cranes. That's a new development which is happening very, very close to Stoke, and apparently that's going to be residential flats, and it's also going to be like a cultural centre, where at the bottom you've got all different kinds of shops and everything like that. They have been building that now for probably 6 to 8 months. When it first started, it did seem to go up very, very quick, but it has in the recent months slowed down quite a lot, and we don't see much progress on that. So we're carrying on down the A500 again, and as I say, the speed limit's still 50 miles an hour. The next exit I'm going to come off, and that is the Sidaway roundabout, and that's the main junction to the A50, and that's just up here ahead of us, as you'll see. So it's now showing you the turn off there, Campbell Road, Michelin, Fenton, Longton, and it did say the Bet365 Stadium, which is home to the Stoke City football team, which is our major football team in this area. We've got Stoke and Port Vale, but Stoke are a bigger club, and they are owned by the owners of Bet365, and that's where it gets its name, the Bet365 Stadium. So we are we are going to come off here now, and we're going to head up the A50. I'm going to use the middle lane because that does keep me directly onto the A50. So we're going up the slip road now. The lights unfortunately have just caught us, and we're going to go left up the A50. So directly in front of me there, if you're wondering what that big chimney is and the smoke coming out of the small chimneys on the building, that is an actual recycling centre, and they incinerate the rubbish at that particular recycling centre. So you throw it in a big trap and they do burn it. So instead of burying it or taking it to landfill, they burn all the rubbish. So you can see how busy this junction is. It's just car after car after car, and they are heading up the A50. The A50, if you think about it, must be a phenomenal road. I dread to think how many cars would go up there in a day. If anybody can give me any idea, let me know in the comments. And in front of me to the right, which we've just seen there, that's the Bet365 Stadium, the home to Stoke City. So we've got 3 lanes here which go straight on. The far right lane in a few hundred yards will end, and the road will go to a 2-lane road again. The bridge that we're coming to, and we're just going to go under, you do quite regularly get the speed camera van on there, and he is monitoring the road where we are coming up now, which is a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit, and I'm doing 50, and cars are just coming past me, so they are all speeding. So again there, when the camera van does sit there, they must get a lot of people caught. So we've done very well today getting to this part. The traffic has been quite easy, surprisingly, for a Monday morning. The worst part was down Reginald Mitchell Way, where we did go quiet, and we will edit the film and cut a little bit out. So I'm just coming up the A50 now, and I am coming to the Longton turn off. I am going to go past work at the moment because I'm going to pick Simon up, and Simon lives at Normacott. So I'm going to come off at the Normacott turn off. So I'm going to go past the Trentham Fenton turn off here and stay on the A50 just for a little bit longer. Directly in front of me here, if we did turn off here, we have got a retail park with Currys and Smiths and different places on there, Pets at Home, and we have got a great big Tesco there as well, which is absolutely huge. They sell in that Tesco fuel, clothing, food, really big store. So if you are in Longton, it is worth taking a look, and they've got an Argos on there and a few other little stores as well. So look at the traffic on the other side of the A50. It is absolutely horrendous. That's all heading towards the Britannia Stadium, and that's the same normally every day. In fact, some days it does queue into Mere, which is probably another 4 miles. So I'm so glad really I don't have to go that way on the A50 in the morning, because as I said, it is phenomenal and chaos. So in a second we'll just slow up for this car who've just passed the test to get on the A50. They are getting quite slow. They've dropped me down to 35 mile an hour, but we are going to come off here now, and this is the Normacott turn off. I'm going to go up the slip road. I'm going to turn right at the top of the slip road over the 2 roundabouts, which I believe are called the Alhambra Interchange. Let me know in comments if I am correct on that. So as I say, we're going up the slip road, we're indicating right, the speed limit's 30 mile an hour, and we are going to go over the 2 Alhambra interchange roundabouts, and I'm going to go into the Normacott area and eventually turn right into Chaplin Road, which will go down, and eventually we'll turn into Simons Road. So that's the first roundabout. This is the second roundabout. It's a very big Asian community here. So in front of me we have got a mosque, and that's on the junction of Chaplin Road, which is the road I said we were going to turn on. So we will turn right here now. Quite a big residential area down here, so you do get a lot of parked cars both sides of the road. So you do have to dodge in and out of the traffic and wait and give away to different cars coming in different